Good morning everybody and welcome back to Archangelus Gaming. Archangelus here, bringing you another episode of Space Engineers Lost Colony. Now since last episode we've upgraded the drilling rig, we've made some adjustments to how our base is, and as you can see here I've just finished installing, or by embedded into the rock face, a second refinery. Now the reason why I decided on the second refinery was I noticed that it took a while to process to process the materials out of the mining facility. Yeah, and there were times I'd have to shut down the rig and wait for it all to come out of the cargo container. So this was sort of like phase one, get a new one of these in place so that we can actually get the more of the materials on the go. So if I put that back on, as you can hear, it's all kicking in. Piston 4 has retracted as we've desired back into place. We're now going to do the same with piston 3 and it will eventually go into place. Later on I'll add in some additional like pathing, perhaps maybe even dig out around the second refinery. One of the things that I do want to do, however, involves moving this to begin with, is add in a secondary cargo container. Whoops, push Rudy's in the way. And once we've got a secondary cargo container in place, then what we can do is we can then start adding some scripts in to be, in this particular case it'll be Izzy's was it a cargo management script? I forget what it's actually called precisely, but it will mean that things will run a lot smoother. So let's get this quickly built up. On side. Yeah, there is an ulterior motive to this as well. It's also, I really want to expand the base, make it run almost automatically, so that I could actually leave it. You notice with a lot of these games, it's a case of you start off with a lot of manual work, a lot of backwards and forwardsing. Eventually you get to a point where you are pretty much self-sustainable. Now it's going to take a little bit of a time. So what we'll also do, it's under production, we'll go to large blocks here and we'll search for a programmable block. Both use the same materials, so we'll add that onto the end of there. We also need a timer block, don't we? Right. I think we've now got all the materials put together. So we can now... There we go. There's our second cargo container. Now all we need is a place to put our programmable blocks. Oops. Which I think is going to be the far side of here, because we have 0 over here. So let's go for programmable blocks. Yeah. Okay, even though it showed in the build queue the automated programmable block as being something I've got, I don't actually have the automations DLC. So that's not a problem. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I wanted 2 timers. Because I also want an... Or do I? Or do I? No, I've got another idea for that. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the corner here. Oh, you muppet. You muppet. You notice I've also finished off the roof, but I couldn't put in the panels because I remembered I was only using that half panel stuff, so it wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we'll go prog. Timer. Okay. There we go. Back into the corner we go. There we go. Right, so we've got that. We've got... Ah, there it is. Our timer block. Right. What we want is to put a very short delay on that. We'll make it silent because you don't want it to keep on going bip and bop every 5 seconds. And hold on. Set up actions. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, yeah, we don't want any arguments on that one. Okay. And we'll go start. Anyway, here on the programmable block, you know, once you've managed to get, say in this case, Izzy's script. God, where was it again? It's been a while since I've done this, so. In-game scripts are disabled in world settings. Oh! It's another one of these where they've actually disabled the use of scripts. Bother. Alright. Well, I can sort of understand why. There are some scripts out there which can be used to override things like the safe zone barrier, all that sort of thing. Okay, well, I'm going to be an absolute gimboid here. Yep, I am. I'm going to be... Because I want to play this game my way. Frankly, I have come to that point where I've actually played this... Or am I advanced? Here we go. And then... Oh, that's why I don't auto heal up to 70%. Because I've taken it, undone it. But, okay, yeah, I'm going to leave that off. You know, it's a bit more interesting. But not having in-game scripts, yeah, that's a problem for me. I'm going to leave the jetpack off. Hands. I'm not going to enable the spiders or the wolves. That's why we started off with everything. Enable progression is off. So basically, yeah, that's how you can modify a game as you wish. Basically, you know, it's just by going into the settings for the game. But yeah, as I was saying, I've gone through a lot of these scenarios, and there are certain things I don't like the way the vanilla game actually manages inventory space. It manages what goes first in the refining queue. You know, there are certain things I would like to see go in a certain way. Now, you could argue, oh, that detracts from the game. Yeah, possibly it does. Okay, so you want to select everything, which is what I've done. Browse scripts. In this case, Izzy's Inventory Manager. I want to copy that to editor. And then you go check code. Compilation successful. Now, I could just run it as is, but we're going to go through this. Yeah. I'll go through this slowly because I can't find certain things. Right, so in this case, fill bottles before sorting them into a bottle container. I'm going to put false on that one. Because we're on the planet with an oxygen atmosphere, we are not using hydrogen bottles as well because we are not using jetpack. It just seems a bit pointless. At this moment in time, anyway. Okay, let's see. Master switch, new containers if type is full or not present. Okay. Auto crafting. I'm going to leave that as it is. Alright. Refinery handling. So this is the first thing we want. Is we want to tell this thing this is the order I want stuff to be processed in. Now, as you can see, this is currently pretty much in the order that you would see the game basically process everything. So I'm going to put scrap first. Then I'll put in silver, gold, platinum and magnesium, because those are the next most important to me. Followed by cobalt, uranium, then iron, then I'm going to have stone, then nickel, then silicon, because nickel and silicon, well, we mostly get from stone anyway. So oh, what did I hit escape for? Remember these changes? Yes. Good. Okay. So I didn't mean to hit escape. Right, so right, there we go. Okay. O2 H2 generator. Now this is the other reason. Simply clean up. Basically, rather than me having to shove things back in the containers all the time, which is annoying, I want it to do it for me. Alright. Okay, let's get this in place. There we go. Internal item sorting. Sorting inside of all containers. Sort patterns. LCDs. Yeah, it's the other thing we need at some point is the LCDs. Then this is all the junk and fluff. So check code, compilation is successful. Okay, all right. Now, what it's done is it's put ores and ingots into one container, and in the other container, it's putting components into the rest of it. So if we now go inventory and we go container, if you can read it, it says here ores and ingots. So as you see, all the ores and ingots are in one, and then all the components will go into here. So if I was to, let's see, do I have anything left in my look at this, tools, ammo and bottles. It's trying to put bottles into here. Although as far as I'm aware, you can't actually do that with weapons racks. Okay, armory locker. What am I looking for? My brain, I think. So I want industrial assembler. Okay, so currently I've got nothing being produced in the industrial assembler. So let's say produce just, I don't know, 10 sheet metal. So that, there we go. So automatically moved it into the components, so we don't have to do any of that. Now it's saying about we could put screens. Now that is the next brilliant thing about this. We can do all of that. I think what we're going to do is memory. I want this one. Put them in front of it. So we're going to grab. We want the full-size jobbies. No, we just want the single ones. So yeah, interior plate, construction components. So yeah, we'll produce what? How many can we get in here? 1, 2, 3. So we can produce 6 of these. So yeah. So across to here. Production. Pink. So LCD. So we want. So 5 by 5, 5 by 3, 3 by 3. So I'm producing 6 of those, and again we can have a bit of fun watching this. So components, and then we got assembler. So we can tell the script is working and working perfectly by the sheer fact that it keeps on dumping everything into our components container, which is exactly what we want. Oops, so I don't know why I came out of that. Sorry, so we went with all of that. I mean, there is a ton of strings and arguments that we can put into place to be able to monitor everything that's going on. I can't remember all of them. Right, so there we go. So we've got a lot of these things. So let's go back to this for a minute, because it does show you what you can and cannot do. If you can find the correct segment. A container or crafting, special loadout, refinery, O2, reactor, assembly, internal item sorting, LCD panels. Okay, here we go. So we got IIM main, inventory, warnings, actions, performance. So what we'd do, we'd go in here. I think it was like that, if I remember correctly. There you go. So I think it's this one here. If we go IIM main 2, I know there's a way of splitting it across the screens, because I've done it before. Oh, at 0. Okay. it's telling you basically what you can do. So right, so custom data, we could put in here echo stone, iron, nickel even, silicon, what other materials we got? We got gravel, we got gold, silver, platinum, uranium, echo, magnesium. Oh gosh, what other materials? Alright, let's just start with that. It should. No. Okay. Oh. It's because I forgot to add in a constant. Okay. I'm confused. Let's take that out for a minute. Put an item, type name or echo command in the custom data. Examples: component, ingot, steel plate, echo my call text. Add a max amount for the bars as a second parameter. Example: ingot. Oh, that's where I've gone wrong. Right. So let's add that back in. There you go. So it's now showing me everything that I've asked for. So, you know, you can see how much of a certain item you got, all that sort of thing. So, this one here was IIM-warning. Or at least I thought that was one of the commands. Where's the script button again? There it is. IIM warnings, IIM actions, and IIM performance. Warnings, actions, performance. Oh, warnings. Actions. performance. There we go, that's everything. Weapon rack 2, ammo, tools, ammos, bottles, has a different owner faction. Can't move items from there. All containers for type tools are full. You should build to take new cargo containers. All cargoes and ammo are full. You should build to take new cargo containers. Bottles are full, etc. Industrial Assemble 1 has a queue but is currently not assembling. Are there enough ingots for the craft? No. Right, okay. So actions. So we've got a list of everything it's done and is doing. And we can see when it's done them. Time reference, because that's what time it is here right now at the time of recording this video. Alright, inventory managing performance. Just literally shows you what's going on. I know there's a way of extending that. I just got no clue how it's done. So, yeah, that's pretty much IAM, is his inventory manager, pretty much in a nutshell. I think I'm just going to leave that area as is for the moment. I am not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for that bit. I was also thinking about adding in a projector. I can never remember where I put stuff. Proj. There we go. We'll grab the projector one. There we go. We don't want that one. We want this one. And let's see. We'll put it about there. Right. So we need some interior plates. So okay. Production. And this is the beauty about having everything on speed build, is that by the time I've gone in here, I've added that to, sorry, not that one to there. It's all done. I hope it's all done. Why did it not pick all that up? It's all been built, isn't it? Why didn't he build my stuff? Oh, because I built the wrong one, you idiot. Because that's the one I wanted to build. Oh well. So there's our projector, and if we go in here, well, our console block, sorry. If we go in here, what we can then do is we can actually bring in a blueprint. So, I don't know, just bring in something interesting. Yeah, we'll bring in the Felix. Okay. And it'll tell you where all the which mods are being used. That's cool. Okay. Oh, that's currently a little too high. Yeah. So what we can then do is go. No, not that one. There we go. Bring that down. And we can actually have that at an angle, and we can have a good look at the Felix. As you can see, it was a ship that I built for welding. Alright. So, what am I doing? We can't do it that way. Sounds like things are piecemealing now. Is that piston already done? It has. Alright. Let's go up the mountain and have a look, see what's going on up there. And I do thank you guys for your comments. You know, some of you got some good ideas. One of you mentioned about having some lighting down in that parking area. I think I'm definitely going to include that. At some point I will rebuild our work bay so that we can actually... Why am I going up this one? Because it's there. That's why. But yeah. There we go, guys. Look at that. It's getting slowly bigger and bigger and bigger. Once it gets to the top, what we'll do is we will put those pistons out a little bit more, grind more into the wall. But if we go here, you can get a better look at what's going on. And as you can see, it is slowly but surely coming up the sides. We go refinery. Yeah, it looks like we are getting to that point. What I could do with really is like maybe a glass walkway around it so that I can actually see down without actually risking falling down into this thing. Maybe again that's going to be an off-camera thing. Sort of like my need here to put in a spotlight. Yeah, maybe right there to be able to shine down, because sometimes seeing into the pit is an absolute nightmare. But yeah, this sort of thing's going to be sort of a long-term project, because do you know what? I'm going to activate the second piston, because I think this is otherwise going to take forever to get this sorted out. And I believe this can handle it. Now the other thing I am thinking about doing, because it is an ache climbing up the mountainside all the time, is I'm thinking turn this into one-sided and then have a set of stairs go all the way down. I mean, that's going to be an absolute ache to get that in, but I think it'll be worth it, especially with the amount of stone I'm currently producing. I mean, I've got iron for days. I don't think we're going to have any more iron issues, to be honest with you. Look at that, eat through the rock. Like a hot knife through butter. I mean, we won't be able to turn the drill bits outwards as of yet. Maybe we could. I mean, the obvious question is do we want to? And I think the answer is an actual yes, we do. We could also get rid of that corner piece, which is probably a weak link at the moment. Hello. We have light. Is it Juliet? On a balcony? I'm still thinking I need to find a way of being able to get down into the well, fix things, alter things, things like that, but I mean in reality something like this you'd have guys on ropes, you know, sort of jumping down the side of this piston to get to this stuff. We don't have that luxury. We also don't have access to jetpack, so that sort of limits us in that aspect. Yeah, we might want to start thinking about moving back from the edge. What did I set those pistons to? I think it was 5. Just want to check. Pistons 1H and 2H. So there's actually they're set to 2. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this thing fully retract up. I'm going to see about altering these pistons, not the pistons, sorry, these drill bits, because I'm thinking if the head is about there, then the tip is probably going to be out here somewhere, so it should just carve straight down. Because I think that was the initial, that was the initial problem I had. We saw that it could potentially work, so I don't see any point in why we can't do it now. Once we've got, again, back to that point. I suppose in the meantime, get a little bit of manual drilling on the go. Let's get round to the silver deposit. We still need to get us to that silver. Most of this is rock. Oh, now it's raining again. God, this game loves the rain. It really does. It's like, yeah, if it ain't raining, You ain't gaming. Okay. I mean, after all, we might as well be doing something with our time whilst we're waiting.
Full.
So, yeah, because at the moment it just seems to be we're waiting on this. Hold on, what am I doing? Do you know what? I'm going to try something here. I'm going to double the speed at which those pistons move. I'm going to see if either I make or break this this project by doing that. So yeah, let's start by control and pistons. That's 0.01. What's this at? 0.01. So let's make that 0.05. So in this case, we'll make it 5 times faster. And while we're at it, the rotor velocity we'll put at 2. Let's see if making this go a bit faster will actually help our cause. So I think that's piston 2 is now fully retracted. Piston 1 is now moving a bit faster as well. Because honestly, we need to get through this a lot faster. I mean, you know, this is a good experiment into the world of drilling. Because frankly, I know about the square root of naffle when it comes to all of this. Oh, no, that's going backwards now. Rotor velocity 0. Rotor lock on. Drills off. Okay. Go hide empty. Where's components? There's components. So what I'm doing now, I'm using our inventory system to hold everything, but have I done it again? Yeah, I think I've done it again. Right, okay, let's get rid of all that. So yeah, no, I'm just going to bring out the drill. Save me a lot of grief. Okay. Can I get it to there? Yes, I can. Right. Put that in place. Ah, it's actually saying I can't do that. So... I'm going to have to be careful here because that thing isn't made. So let's turn off rotor lock. I'll put on a -1 rotation. Whoops. That was what I was afraid of. That was actually what I was afraid of. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to drop the entire blooming drill head down the shaft. Right. This is why games like this are so cool, because in reality that would have been lost and an absolute ache to be able to get back. But yeah, so I think what we're going to have to do, that'd have been an instant death. Alright. Interesting concept. Right. Get the jump in the right place. Doesn't mean I have to go through all this again. Drill. Go in there. So, I think this time around what I'm going to do is, rather than be an absolute gimboid, bit of a glitch there somewhere, is I'm going to save that. I'm going to weld this up. Reason why I'm going to weld it up is what I'm going to do, what I should have done in the first place, is I am going to turn this drill on. And find out that I've actually been wrong all along. As it slowly but surely destroys the entirety of the neighbourhood. But seriously, if I jump over here a minute, there you go, 21%, 15, that's going to go boom any second. This is why backups are so good. Yeah, always make sure your game has some backups. If something goes wrong, you know, you always got an opportunity to... I did not want to do that. I'm having one of those mornings, ladies and gentlemen. I really am. Right, tell you what, I'm going to get myself together here, and right, no, I'm not going to save that game. I don't want yet another backup. Okay. Right, load game. Okay, Lost Colony. Click there. Backups. Excuse me for being so rude. Yeah, let's start from there, where we're inside the tunnel. Oh, there we are. So obviously I'm coming back out at the moment. Okay. Right. I think in this case then, what I'm going to do is, rather than pull this entire mechanism out of here and reverse that. Now the rotor, we set that to 2. Pistons, we made 5 times faster so that we could get things into the right place. Why is everything extending? So we'll leave 1 at maximum extension for now. Okay, 6 is at 5%, 5 is at 93%. So we're almost at the point now where what I'm going to now do is, rather than do what I was originally intending to do, which is rotate the drill heads with the entire thing all the way up, it's not going to work, because as you saw, it's going to damage our setup. So having that piston 1 at maximum extension, 1 and 1H, alright, hold on, what's going on here? 0.05, okay, that's still good. Okay, so that and that one. What we're going to now do, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to move that to 3 meters and then observe what happens. Okay, are we at 3 meters? They are 3 meters extended. Actually, before I do this, because I'm thinking of moving them out to 4 and see if I can do that without breaking our kit. Frankly, I think we can actually do. I think I can actually do 4 meters without breaking stuff. That looks to be about right, so just double check the extension. Position at 4 meters. Alright. See what happens when we start extending the second piston. I'm a little worried. Just look where our because if at this point, if we were to extend that out to 10 meters, we are going to really going to have some problems later on. So I'm thinking what we may have to do is if we were to bring from this level, this piece here, right out, and then bring it down. Which means we're going to have to move a lot of this stuff. It's going to be an absolute ache. But honestly, I can't really see much of another solution. But you can see a way that is eating through the rock. So hopefully, if I've got this right with the inventory management system, so if we go cargo, yeah, look at that, it's storing all of our cargo in there. If we go in here, go refineries, it's ploughing through our stone. Sounds like piston 2 has come to its full extension. So we'll use piston 3. Yeah, this seems to be a much better way. Much faster. We're still getting all of our materials. But what I am thinking of doing is modifying this slightly. So if we go cargo, right, this is the components one. If we change that to components ingots, is there a space on that one? Yeah. And then we take let's take that percentage off the end there. Right. Give that a moment to catch up. So now if we go cargo, yeah, all of our ingots are now in here. And as you can see, we got more of a balance in our inventory system there. Going to take this one step further. This one here, the weapons rack. Just take all of that off of there. Why are you still adding it onto it? I know there's a way in the programmable block. It says about sorry, it says about like not putting stuff in. I think we used the term hidden on it. I think we might be able to get away with it. So let's see, where's that one with bottles again? There it is. So if we go hidden and oops, cargo components. We'll put bottles in there as well. So now if we go cargo, why is that not moved into there? It should have moved in there. But it's added that again. So, tools, hammers, what is... I'll figure that one out off screen, but it gives you an idea of what we're up against. Look at that, ice, stone and gold in there now. So refineries are now using our desire to get through the gold first. So yeah, you see that's working. So that's going to save me a headache later on. So yeah, I'll keep on plugging at this, extending things out. And yeah, hopefully that'll give you something to look forward to. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to add on more pistons, and hopefully, eventually sort something out in that regards. I think what I'm going to have to do. Oh God, is maybe leave 1 and 2 fully extended. I think what I'm going to then do is I'm going to add a some sort of like excuse me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on to the top of here, like maybe some sort of like walkway, maybe here, so that you're coming across to where we are here, ish. So make it easier to get on and off, so that when I have 3 and 4 extended up, I can just get down onto the drill heads, add on pistons, rotate these things. So it's just dealing with the gold layer, getting to our silver, because as it stands, this just isn't viable at the moment. I mean, having all this is great, but I'm starting to wonder whether it's actually necessary anymore, because I don't really use it. I mean, it's not actually really adding any stability to it, is it? So, yeah, I think I'm going to play around, maybe detach all of this gantry system. I mean, it was good when I was adding in these pipe works, but it's not really helping now, is it? Yeah, I mean, I could always use the gantries to create a path down. Yeah, I'm going to work on all this and show you guys the results next time. Hope you enjoyed. Be happy. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tap that notification bell, and leave us a nice comment. Thank you guys. Catch you next time. Actually guys, before I do actually go, just put down the headset. I just remembered there was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to share with you guys before I do go. Basically, back at the base, actually 2 things actually. One is back at the base, so let's get there first. So yeah, maybe I will use that gantry system after all. What is that that's banging around? I don't see anything, but you guys can hear it though, can't you? Sounds like something's loose, it's falling down the mountain, it's banging against something. Honestly, I've got no clue what that is. Anyways, yeah. So, first thing I wanted to show you was a little thing that somebody made mention of in the comments for the 2 videos back. Was these down the middle. Now, as far as I can tell, there's no way of mass moving most objects over. So for like those data pads, I couldn't find a way of mass moving just those. Because these icons are specifically for other things. Like here, you've got drop selected item from character inventory, withdraw components for build planner, hold control for 10 times the amount, shortcuts for conveyor port interaction, middle mouse button is your standard withdrawal. If you go control middle mouse button, you can withdraw 10 times the amount, but keep the block in the build planner. Alt control and then middle mouse button will withdraw everything you need, but keep the block in the build planner, which is very useful if you're going to do like a lot of building. This one here just deposits all ores, ingots and components into something through the conveyor port. If you go alt and middle mouse button, it does the same thing again. But I think if you're in this inventory screen, you have to click on the panel you want it to go into, otherwise it doesn't do it. So for example, if I go to this one, if I could just go, I don't know, say to the stone one, I go deposit all. So it moved everything into here, and then it's to take it all out again. Gravel's in the wrong place for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, hopefully Izzy's script will kick in a minute, because that stone was in the wrong place. So I'll move it back manually this time. Anyway. Yeah, where was I? This one here. Add components from build planner to production queue. So that does exactly what it says. You know, if you've got something in your build planner, you just click on that, it'll add everything to your production queue. Yeah, so I know like in this case, I want to produce another timer block. If I add that, oh, I've forgotten to add that to my build queue. It's now producing it. This one here just adds selected components to your build queue. So I don't know, say your right, something's definitely going wrong because I just saw scrap in this from somewhere. I had no idea. I'm going to check that out later. But okay, okay. Say you're in here, you want to add some more computer components. Okay, I'm going to add another computer component. There you go. It's made it. Right, something is definitely going on. So let's. I've lost drills. I've actually lost my drill heads. That's what's going on. Alright, I'm going to make this quick so I can go and salvage what on earth is going on out there. Okay. Oh, damn. There we go. Oh, yeah, of course, they got ores on me, haven't they? Go. And I still forgot to pick it up. There we go. So I'm going to just quickly weld this up. Okay, say you want to do something like, I don't know, every 30 seconds, you know, you're like me, you forget to close the doors. Alright? Okay, so we'll get this to close all of the doors every 30 seconds. Okay, so we've got 3 doors that are open. Okay, So we'll start the timer. Oh, sorry, and the other thing I forgot to put in here was we want then it to restart the timer block again. So keep an eye on the door in the background there. In the next 3 seconds that will close and every door in this place will close. There you have it. Simple solution for closing the doors, and you can just hide this anywhere. But as for now, I'm going to go sort out that problem, maybe slow things down a bit. You guys have fun, and I'll catch you next time.